Welcome back, everybody, to the seventh episode of the Bold Women's Table, where our motto is live boldly, age wisely, and manifest intentionally. Today, we're talking about a topic that a lot of us women, we just don't know how to handle it. And that is choosing yourself versus putting everyone else first. We're going to get honest about the realities of supporting others, the guilt that comes when we stop people pleasing, and how to design a life where we don't disappear for everyone else. So grab your favorite beverage and join us at the table. And my favorite beverage today is I actually have one. And where's my camera? There it is. It's a mocktail. It's
Nice.
basically just sparkling water in a wine glass because I'm choosing myself today and I'm going to have a mocktail in the middle of the day.
100%. I was trying to look for mine as well, but it's not here. Okay.
And so before we get started, for those of you who don't know us, we're going to go around and briefly introduce ourselves. And so I'm going to pick on Kimberly. Kimberly, you want to go first?
Hi, everybody. I am Kimberly, and my channel is all about, I'll say, it, sharing my life, sharing what I've been through, what I'm going through, and what I'm manifesting. And I also share, different things, everything that I've been through, and whatever this brain brings out is what happens on the channel.
Jazz?
Right. Hey, guys. So I'm Jazz, and on the channel, we're talking about living boldly. We're talking about traveling. We're talking about living our best life in our 90. No, um, living our best life after 50. I guess I see myself at 90 already. Uh, and yeah, just having fun, taking life not too seriously and enjoy every moment.
And I'm Vicky, and my channel is Aging on Your Terms, where my whole motto is beating you over the head to make you plan for aging. By sharing my family's tragic, crazy stories. Because if you don't think it can happen, I'll prove to you that it can possibly happen because just about everything has happened to my family. How the Bold Women's Table works is we get together once a month. We have a topic. Each one of us will ask a question along that topic, and we each have to answer open and honestly. And I'm going to kick it off first, ladies. So, my question for you is when you've been supporting others, what's one way you've noticed yourself disappearing in the process? Ooh.
Wow. So, can you repeat the question,
Yes.
please?
When you've been supporting others, what's one way you've noticed yourself disappearing in the process?
So, for me, it's having, okay, supporting others, notice that I was disappearing in the process, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that have been like a common thing in my life as I was trying to find my path, my way as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh, as I've said many times, it's only when I turned 45 that I really discovered myself. Because before that, I could see it because everyone else will always be first. Everyone else dreams, everyone else wants,
Mm-hmm.
needs would always come before me. So, you know, uh, today I'm calling myself a traveler, but that started when I was 50, right? I'm 52,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Um, I always loved dancing, like Zumba has
Mm-hmm.
been, guys. I was in an amazing Zumba group. We used to do shows in the park and we used to do party, and I loved it. It was such a great group. Then at some point we needed to move to Cameroon, you know, to do, look after the plantation, the business that we had there. I didn't realize it then, but that's something that affected me a lot because I left something that it may feel trivial because it was just a dance group, but it was like my whole community. And I left them behind. And when I arrived in Cameroon, I so tried to find another Zumba group. There was Zumba group there, but it was not my community. And so many other things. I always laugh by saying that for many years that even spending a penny on me was something that I find selfish because I would go to the store to change maybe something like bras that I had for 10 years and I never changed them and they were not holding anything anymore, right? And I enter in the store and I come out of it with my kids, my husband, and everything. Always shrinking myself in my dreams, always. I knew it, I felt it. But at that time, I felt that this is how being a mom, a wife, a sister was supposed to be. Because I didn't do that just for my family, like my husband and kids. Even if my sister called me, somebody called me. I remember in Cameroon, people will come and like they have a problem. Let's say I only have £100 left on me. I'll give it all completely, and then I don't know how to put petrol in my car, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the way I've been raised, of like being a sacrificial woman is how you're supposed to be, then I didn't know differently. It's only when coming on YouTube. So thank you so much for YouTube and the community. Because I remember the day I saw like a black woman going, bopping around the world. Like, what do you mean? Like she's 40 and she's like traveling the world? She gave me permission. Her name is Stephanie Perry.
Mm-hmm.
That woman, it gives me the like emotions. She gave me permission. Seriously, I saw her. She does house sitting and she's
Mm-hmm.
traveling the world. Today she's here. So you can do that. As a wife, I thought that was not possible either. But then online, I'm looking and her name is, what's her name? We watch her. What's her name? Le Gorge. Jennifer Leforge.
Oh, yes.
Jennifer LaForge,
Yes.
she had a video, and I still have this book today called The Sabbatical Marriage. It's not about leaving your husband or whatever. No, it's going to find yourself to come back and home to your husband. It's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing book that inspired me and gave me permission and made me see that I was disappearing, you know. Maybe physically I was still there, but I was gone. I was completely empty inside because I didn't leave anything for me. I was living for everyone else. So today, when
Hmm.
people see me, they're like, "How can you? You married, you inspire me." I'm like, you know, yeah, I had to step into this. You know, I have to do so much work. I had to remove so much layer of what I thought I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
To be this jazz today was crazy and go all over the place, right? And I wouldn't go back. And yeah, sorry. I hope I did answer the question, but
You answered the question and it's great. And I want to go
Uh,
back to something that you said because it was a point that you made that I think all of us will probably resonate with. As you said, this is probably really, really trivial when you were talking about your Zumba class. And that's where a
oh,
lot
it
of
makes
us
me want
fall
to
into place
cry,
that our
honestly.
needs and
Yes.
our wants and our desires are trivial compared to the rest of the world. And I think it's
Yeah.
also, it's been something that's been, kind of like ingrained in women that what we think is important isn't really important. It's the husband, it's the children, it's the job. You don't exist.
Yeah, it makes me even sad
but
today, 10 years
when
after.
when I hear you talk,
Yeah.
Jazz, just now, when you're going back, and you're talking about how like how you have to give up for you were living your life basically for all these different people and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can this question, because when you ask the question, I'm thinking presently. I completely forgot about past, like the times of being in a so like listening to you, it reminded me of being in that controlling relationship and living my
Mm,
life completely for this
yeah.
man and trying to do every single thing that I think that he wants me to do because I don't want him to get vexed or angry at me because I don't
Mhm,
want him to make me feel like how and tell me things like, oh, you think you're smart but you're not smart, you know, you know, um, and tell you that you're not a good mother and you're not a good this and that you'll never, you can't survive in this world without me, and so that when women are in that, obviously we're all women here, so aiming at women. When women are in those controlling type relationships and you have some person consistently talking down to you, you have to completely live your life to please that person,
mhm.
and that's like a type of prison. You just brought back that
It
from
is.
like listening to you. That really, like, I'm like, oh my God. I,
But
I
what I
think,
like about it was it took Jazz's statements to bring that back to you, and that
yeah.
just shows the growth that you put that behind you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm,
So far. So
And that's
far.
good. That's good,
mhm,
Yeah.
Kim. You know, that you healed from that,
Yeah.
this bad experience.
mhm.
So yeah.
I'm I'm gonna for me I'm gonna take a different reaction to it because I know I had a little bit of Jazz in me. I had a little bit of Kim in me, but I'm gonna take it to my own problem, and that's
Yeah.
being a freaking control freak. And for me, because nobody can do it better than I can pour myself into, and I'll use my mother in law as an example. I got capable people around me. They can all step in and they can help, but nope, only Vicky can do it. Only Vicky can make sure the doctor's appointments are done right. Only Vicky can make sure that the follow ups are done. Only Vicky can make sure the medication's right. Only Vicky, only Vicky, only Vicky. And I put myself into that and I poured myself so much into that control freak position that I lost myself. Thank goodness I caught myself. And in 2026, I'm doing much better.
That's
See?
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's amazing. Letting go,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's okay. And oh my goodness. Yeah, same. It's bringing so much control freak. Like, I'm the only one who can look after my kid. I'm the only one who can. And you're putting so much on you,
Yep.
and you drain completely. I don't know. This etiquette of being the
Mhm.
super strong woman or black
Yep.
woman or whatever. This thing. Oh, it was so true. Even if I didn't have a name for it, since I came to social media and hear how people were naming, putting labels, it is true. I
Mhm.
had I, wa- I had that badge of honor.
Yes.
Strong black woman. I can do anything by
I
myself.
can bring home the bacon,
Yeah.
Exactly.
fry it up in
I was
a
like almost my husband, I can earn money too. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I'm like, oh my goodness, calm down. Nobody,
Yeah.
what's like
I
I'm fragile. I'm weak. I need help.
I
Okay.
tell you.
Like I'm
Mhm.
like in my home, I'm like, please, I can't do it.
Yep.
My kids
I
are just
tell
like,
you.
"Mom, you do it." I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm tired and I'm weak. Okay. I'm fragile as well. I need help. And yeah.
Mhm.
So
I
Yep.
saw a girl online when it was doom scrolling to TikTok 2 days ago, and she said basically like I'm these women out here saying I'm good being single, not me, because being single doesn't get me laid. Let's say being single doesn't get me cuddles. Being single doesn't. And even when I think about it, like when LeBron is not here and I see a spider, I'm like, where is he? Like, why is he like to kill this spider? You know,
Yeah.
when he's here, like if we bring groceries, because we have a set of stairs we have to come to get up to our apartment. And when we bring groceries and he's with me, oh my god, it's so heavy. When he's not with me, if you see the bags that I lift, I'm like,
Kim,
babe, I'm
have
also
you
baffled in distress when he's around.
If I was single, you would have found me several times with a heart attack because, like you said, spiders, and especially a big one. I've woken Michael up and been like, "There's a spider in the bathroom."
I had to learn. Sorry, we're gonna have to come to a quick story. When my first kid was small in France, guys, there was a spider, and oh God, forgive me. I dropped my kid in like I didn't drop her, but like I was going to pick her. I left her there, and I ran away. Since then, I came, I came back to college. The flight and flight response, you know. And that traumatized me until today. She was still a baby. She's like 27. She doesn't even know that story. When you watch my videos,
Am I supposed to cut this out?
Yeah. When my actually, I have a different experience than you because I'm terrified of everything. But when my daughter was a baby, those you ever see those lizards that look like snakes?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I had her by the back door, and we had a dog back then. and the dog was barking. I was like, "Why are you barking?" Because it was a bull mastiff, so they're children friendly.
Oh, these are, yeah.
And this lizard that looks like a snake was, well, going towards my daughter, and I took the slipper. I nearly broke my fingers. Die, 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 die.
Yeah.
First time I've ever killed an insect. And listen, I was like, I didn't know what got in me.
The mom instinct. Okay, I was just finishing my story. Don't let me there. People are gonna crucify me. And I was young people, okay? Uh, 27 years ago. So nowadays I had to learn because
Yeah.
after that, of course, I went to pick her up. But I'm the spider killer in the house because my kids, they're big now. But every time, since every, I mean, there's a spider, and for them, a spider is even, in the UK, there's those dangly little things that don't even have a body. You know those?
I hate them. I call around for those. I'm like, damn,
No, no, these are nothing. You slap it, you know, blew on it, and it goes away. This tiny thing with small legs, you can't even see the leg.
Jazz. If I had one of those in the bathroom, I wanted to pee so bad. I'm like, babe, come, there's a spider. And when he
That's my
comes,
kid.
he's like, really, babe? Like what's that gonna do? It's like all over there by the bath. You're going to the toilet on the opposite end. I can't be here with this. Yeah. No.
Yeah, you like my kids. So I'm like, I've become so comfortable. But I don't like the one with a body, the one that you can see the dark, they like have the legs ahead. This one, I'm like, okay, I hover them. Okay, ladies,
It's okay.
have you ever chosen someone else's needs over your own and regretted it later?
Yeah.
Really? Go on, Vicky.
My entire career.
Oh, okay. Explain that
Yeah.
though, in that context.
So I became an accountant because I was good at math, not because I wanted to be an accountant. And you're listening to all the school counselors and everything, and your position is supposed to be what you're good at. But I think that implies that what you're good at is what you like. And so I just jumped into it, and I never ever really liked it. And then when I got the opportunity to join a special project, doing something that wasn't accounting, I'm like, oh, okay, it's something new, it's something different. I'll go ahead and I'll volunteer to do it. And again, found myself good at it, still not something I was passionate about. And that has been my entire career of constantly, you're good at this. I would like for you to take on this opportunity. I've got an opportunity for you. And all the opportunities were things that I was good at and would help somebody else's career trajectory, but never really helping mine. Yeah, true. Eventually I started climbing up the ladder, but always climbing up the ladder doing things that just paid the bills. It wasn't anything that I could come home and say, "Oh, I really love this. I did a great job. I'm so proud of this. I'm so this. I'm so that." Never. I regret it. I wish if I could go back in time and really figure out who I was in my 20s and then follow that path. But let's say hindsight is 2020.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
to
sorry.
go on. Go ahead, Jess.
I was just going. Do you still regret it today, Vicky, or do you think that made you are today?
I think
Because
I think it definitely made me who I am, but I think a lot of still who I am was what I was. Because like my
Mhm.
personality is still my personality.
Yeah.
Would I have had the friends I have or the opportunities that I had? I don't know, but I think the personality would still be there. I could be a different type of person. I would hope that I would never lose my cherub like demeanor.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
Kim. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Right. So with you saying that, it makes me really grateful that this is not answering the question, but this is responding to what Vicky just said. With you saying that, it made me really grateful that when in January 2020, I decided that I was going to find out what my passion was. And I got up every single day of 2020 and I watched the movie The Secret, and I sat there while I was watching the movie before I go to work, and I would ask myself, what is my passion? What is my passion? What is my passion? And that's how I learned it was accounting. That's how I heard it loud and clear on like the 20 something year. So like, I heard that voice in my head say, you know, you should try accounting or bookkeeping or, something like that. And that's how I found out. So I'm very glad I did that, because then I would have probably ended up like you, Vicky, here,
Yeah,
like as in like you live your entire life just doing jobs just because, and not finding out what your passion was. And, like a day like today where, yes, I'm working like shorter hours or whatever, I'm working part-time, but I'm doing something that I love, and I can do it all day, so yeah. So I'm
yeah,
grateful. You made me just now like just so grateful for that, for making that choice.
yeah,
Because I feel like a lot of older people, like they just take jobs just because, like you say, like, you're good at it, or everybody pointed you in that direction, or, it's like sort of like following the crowd. But yeah, I'm glad I
Yeah.
had that idea of figuring out what my true passion was, because I think too, what would have birthed that would have might have been obviously coming out of a controlling relationship, living my life for this man for so many years, a little over 13 years. It was like, I need to live my life for me now. And, so
Mhm.
yeah. So very grateful. Anyhow, let me find out what the question was. Let me answer that. Let me change that up.
you did answer it. You did answer it.
Oh, did I? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you did. You did.
Okay.
And, to stay in that same subject of, jobs and all of that, many times for me, like, choosing someone else's needs over my own and then regretted it. That's also my entire career, by the way, if you can call it that.
Mhm.
Because I have always been somebody born different in the sense where of I never want what people want, like the house, the car, the thingy, the title. I just never get cared. I've
Mhm.
always been that child at school that were pointed out different. My hair were yellow at some point. I had my hair shaved in a way. I mean, I was that kid, right? And so, but parents, they meant well. African parents, like you, either a doctor, we know that, right? Either you're a doctor, or you not even an accountant, is expert comptable in French. I don't know the equivalent in English. Expert accountant. It's like the accountant of
Qualified.
accountants.
Oh,
Eh?
like I hear it's called like chief accounting officers. Like you're like the
Right.
CEO of accounting.
Yeah, right. Or a doctor, a lawyer, or a lawyer, right? These
Mhm.
three. So my mom was a nurse. My other mom was a healer, right? So they pushed me into medical school after university, after A levels, baccalaureate. I went and I saw blood, and then I'm like, this is not for me, right? It's not for me. But like, I went, I tried. Then I'm like, okay, I couldn't be a doctor. Let me try being a lawyer. So I went to law school as well, like university, right? That's a lot of writing. My hand were hurting. That's not the time of computer, right? And you have to retain so many information. I left it. That I went to accounting, right? I was quite good at it. I worked a little bit, and it still was not me. I
Mhm.
never
Mhm.
been conventional, and I never wanted to have a job 9 to 5. It has never been me. And then when I came in the UK, I'm like, okay, I didn't speak any English, and I went to do a bachelor degree in business and management, and after that, a master in human resources and whatever, still business. But because my husband, we were planning to do business in Africa, it was never about what I wanted inside me.
Mhm.
And so after a while, I was like, I'm not happy doing these jobs. Like, it's not me. Then I started doing just any odd job because my freedom was more important than any money or jobs. And I needed to be there for my kids too. So I was just taking jobs that would allow me to. So yes, I'm sorry to reply to the question, but at the time it didn't feel like regret or whatever. It just feel like that's the responsible things to do,
Hmm.
right? You
Right.
know, you need to do that because you have to earn money. You have to have a title.
Yeah.
It's important for the family value. You are
Yes.
the first kid to be a doctor or whatever. I tried to be a doctor, fail, accountant, fail, lawyer, fail, because it was not for me. But then later on, I realized that it has nothing to do with being responsible. I was just fear of disappointing people.
Hmm.
So that's what society wanted of me. So yeah, I've regretted a lot of it. I delayed a lot of what I wanted for so long. But now we're free. Anyway,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I go on with
Hmm.
those stories. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Like it's a hindsight. When you start to talk about it, you start to think about it like, oh man, that really was
Yeah.
it.
And you sharing, Vicky, actually brought that. And I love that you
Mm.
actually decided to retire at 55 and living your, what I would call your best life, in the sense where you're not into the corporate prison anymore. You
Yeah.
know?
But
I
I have to get rid of that corporate prison mentality and
Me
stop
too.
bringing it into my personal life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I have accountants in my family. I say it's in my blood. So and I love it. I love the numbers.
that's
I love
amazing.
I don't know. I just love figuring out things and
Hmm.
I love everything accounting. I'm literally an accounting little geek. And I didn't know it because even when I was with my ex, like I wasn't allowed to study because he didn't believe in studying. And as
Wow.
Wow.
soon as
Okay.
we broke up in
Wow.
April, September, I was in my first classes, like literally. So I had to
Wow.
wait till after we broke up to start studying. Yeah, those types of relationships are not good for people. Anyhow, so it's my turn to ask the question. Are you
Mhm.
Hmm.
girls ready? All right.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah. You hear English accent. Are you ready?
So, what's one choice you've made to prioritize yourself even when it felt uncomfortable?
I can go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Okay.
go
This
ahead.
one is easy for me. Oh my goodness. Can you guess? Choosing visibility, just being here on YouTube,
Hmm.
that's something that I give permission to myself to do, regardless of who will talk, what the in-laws, what the people, who cares, right?
Mhm.
Speaking openly and loud about what I wanted, about traveling as a
Hmm.
married woman. This has been an amazing thing. And building something different, at this stage of life, being 50 and claiming that I still want to go out of my dream. I have bucket list. I have so much adventure to go to. It was very uncomfortable at first, right? But then, eh, I'm so comfortable now, and to be free to do what I want to do and stop caring about whatever people want, or trying to be who
Yeah.
people want me to be, and just be my true self. Just amazing. Yeah.
Hmm.
So traveling.
I
Mm.
thought you was going to actually say it was the day that you decided to, when you talked your husband into letting, agreeing for you to travel on your own.
Yeah, all of that goes together because it's part of the story, isn't it?
Hmm.
Because we had to have that conversation, right?
Yeah.
But for me, and I'm sorry when I say that people think I'm negative about things. No, for me it was either he agreed letting me live my true self, or we couldn't be together.
Yeah.
That was the choice, because I think I've given enough of me as a person, for the marriage, for the family, for the good of
Yeah.
everyone. So it's my time now.
Hmm.
So, and I'm happy that he was somebody who understood and wanted
Yeah.
me to live my best time as well, right? So, yeah,
He's a smart man. He knows that when my wife is happy, everybody's happy.
exactly,
Happy wife,
exactly.
happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, For me, I'm gonna have to say it's saying no to family and friends who always looked at me as their doormat. And
Mm.
I used to think that I needed to stay quiet to keep the peace, do all these things to smooth out the wrinkles. Everybody was happy, and I was miserable. And so once I started saying no, or I stopped being the friend who always did the calling and always did the organizing and just basically, well, fine, you guys don't call and you guys don't organize, I'm done. And then it just stopped happening. And it was a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but oh my gosh, was it so freeing. Yeah, I got less family. Yeah, I got less friends, but I'm so much happier.
Yeah, yeah. Was it because you were the youngest? You think?
I'm pretty
You
sure
were
it was
the
because I was
youngest.
the youngest. And so both of my parents were sick. And as the youngest, I tried not to be what my brothers and sisters were
Mm.
and try
Mhm.
to bring angst and pain and anxiety. And I tried my best to always just be the good kid. And
Yeah,
that's what got me, well, now you got to go to college. I don't even know if I really wanted to go to college. Well, now you
yeah,
really need to go out and get that really, really good job. And, you know, so all my life, everything has been about people pleasing. And it started with
yeah,
trying to please my parents. And that was how I was raised and how I did it. Plus, I kind of mentioned before that, I went to magnet programs, and a lot of times I was the only person of this color in those classes, and trying not to, draw attention to myself and trying to fit in, and just being quiet. Never, I mean, even when there were teachers who I should have reported, I just kept quiet because one, I didn't want to go home and upset my parents. And, I really wanted to say, how could you do this to me?
Yeah.
But I didn't. And so I think that a lot of that people pleasing, you know, born and raised with it, and it just followed me. And then right around like you, Jess, like mid 40s, it was like, I can't do this no more. I'm just not gonna do this no more.
yeah.
And they can be mad if they want to. No, not gonna do it. I don't care. I mean, even to the point where I actually had a family member, and I won't say the name, but they'll know who they are if they hear this. Is, well, you gotta do what I say. I'm the oldest. Kick rocks. I'm done with you. I say I'm a grown ass woman, and you're telling me I gotta do what you say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
I
understand.
100% get you with that.
Yeah,
Especially for me, it was I was the people pleaser too. I used to try my best. I was people pleaser, but I was always the black sheep.
Hmm.
And I think I've said this before, but um when I had my cousin that had died, she was my rude awakening. I'm like, we have one life and we have to live our life and be happy, with ourselves and our decisions and start living our lives for to please people. It was like a rude awakening. Her dying was like me coming alive. And I started to choose me. So instead of not going exercising and deciding to watch what I eat, and instead of doing that, it then I knew that I was overweight, and hearing what the doctor said, after having my daughter or whatever. And I decided, no, I want to start exercising. I want to join a class. And I knew that my ex just wanted me to go to work, come back home. Once he knows that I'm in the house, everything is fine. He's allowed to go out with his friends and hang out all night and do whatever he wants
Hmm.
to. And I have to be home with my child 24/7. Um, the first thing that I did was, I was like, I'm going to this exercise class. And when he said, his response was, well, who told you I want you to exercise? I said, everything I do doesn't have to revolve around you, like
Hmm.
literally. And he was so shocked in that moment. And then that was the first time. And then the next time I did it was I call it the year of pack and leave, because that was the year that he keep telling me, pack and leave, until he pulled my suitcase from top of the dresser. The final time, that's when I mentally left him. But anyhow, I had decided that I'm done staying in this house every single time. My workplace holds award shows every year. My workplace holds free parties every year. We work at the same place. I'm going to these parties, they're free. And I'm going, at least I need to get out because I like music. I'm young. I need to, go and enjoy myself. And after all, these people work me so hard every darn well year. I want some free food. I want something free because I'm working hard. Parties are good and I'm going. And he would be pissed off. When somebody would tell me, because I would dress up, I look like a little Barbie doll, people would tell me, because it's a full thing. I have a sister, my younger sister, she does makeup and she'll do a full makeup face for me. She'll draw on the eyebrows and she'll do, oh Lord, she made me look a good little dolly. And I'll buy like the cutest dress and obviously you lost weight and then people could see and uh and the only time I would hear, wow, Kimberly, you're gorgeous, was when I got to the place. It was some other man that I was working with that would tell me. One of the men there would tell me, but it was never my husband at the time, that husband at the time, because he would be pissed off when I'm leaving home and I'll be like, but if you can come to the party, it's like, you work there too. I work there. You can, if I come, I'm just gonna be staring at you all night like a policeman. You stay home because I'm going to go party. I'm going to enjoy myself. And I had to start prioritizing my happiness and the things that I wanted to do. And even the year when he started to tell me, when I guess he probably realized like, I can't hold her into this prison anymore. Let me start to threaten her and say, tell her pack and leave. The first time he did that pack and leave was I was going out with my best friend at the time, and she used to babysit for me too. So he knew her, and she used to work with us too. And she said she was dating this guy, and she said to me, "Well, I want you to meet him. I want you to actually sit down and have a conversation because you're my best friend. He's my new boyfriend, and I want to make sure that y'all get along, whatever." So one day I'm home, and I said, "Well, my daughter's there playing. Ex-husband is home. Well, husband at the time, he's home." And I said to her, "I'm bored. Let's go. Let's make today the day that we go. Are you busy or whatever?" So she said to me, I'll let you know. So she talked to her boyfriend. She said, "You don't have to drive anywhere, and we're gonna buy the food." I'm like, freeness, call me in. So I knew that from the time I tell my husband at the time that I'm going out, I know it's going to be an issue. Well, it was an issue. Oh my God, he brought down the sun, the moon, the stars, everything with all the nasty words and all the name calling and how I'm not a fit mother and how can I, be a good mother if I'm at home with my family and then telling somebody that I'm bored because he looked at my phone and telling somebody I'm bored and want to go out because you know what, we women are supposed to be home and happy every single time we're around our kids 24/7. Anyhow, and then he says to me, so if you leave here, you pack and leave and don't come back. Well, he talked to himself. When he was finished, yes, I went and cried in the next room because I'm a strong believer that when people make you feel extremely low, you don't let them see your pain. Because I've gotten to that point. He did not deserve to see my pain. I went in the laundry room, I cried it out, came back, put on my clothes, and I left. Went out, had a good time, eat my belly full, came back home, I was still there. Well, 2 more times he did that pack and leave thing because of something that I did. I was out of his thing. And a day like today, I'm so happy that I stood up for myself. I'm so happy that I prioritize me and my happiness. Or not, I would have still been in that prison trying to please somebody that would never be pleased because they just want to imprison me because they of their own insecurities because and I wouldn't have the happiness I have now. Sorry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know you.
No, no, it's good. It's good, Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that you're out there. And
Oh boy.
that man, I'm sorry to call him that, showed you what not to look for in a husband.
Yeah.
Right? This
Oh
is
yeah.
how today, so bless him for that, because today you
Oh
have
yeah.
the husband
Oh yeah.
that
I say
is
that.
for you and that you deserve.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so
You know?
grateful. I
Yeah.
am so grateful. And I
Yeah.
think too, not only going through him, but also going through like different people in my life, it makes me grateful too. Like for people like you and like Jazz, you Vicky, it makes me grateful to have you ladies in my life because it's like I've moved, like I've made a complete 180 of my life. I don't have any toxic people other than the one that I tolerate because they're family in my life. I don't have any toxic people in my life like that, like, to that level that will like bring me down. And I'm like happiness, like
Mhm.
complete happiness, you know. And a day like today, looking back with all that I went through, I'm so grateful, and I'm grateful I had the experiences because obviously now I'm bold enough to share them because
Mhm.
there's somebody out there going through them.
Hundred
And
percent.
it takes a special person like all of us. We share different things that we've been through in our lives, and those stories, those experiences, you know, we don't know who we're helping. Not everybody
Mhm.
comments. Not everybody says, "Hi, I'm here."
Absolutely. Yeah.
Correct.
You'd
But
be surprised how many people
yeah,
I've reached. I met, just quickly, Vicky, like I met people when I went in Paris, people following me. You help us so much for my French channel. You know,
hmm,
you help us for this. We were about to do that mistake. I was like, we don't realize the 10 views, who's hiding there, how many people you've used, the 50 views, whatever, you never
Mhm.
know who you're helping. So
Right.
definitely. Yeah.
So I was, you don't know who you're touching it. And I touched someone in Antarctica.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
on the cruise, because and we'll talk about all this details about the cruise and with you, Jazz, but just high level, they give you your all the outerwear that you would need to wear, so you just need to bring your clothes if you want to. And so I just wore my aging on your terms pullover to get to the boat, and someone actually asked me, so what does that mean? And so I told him I had a YouTube channel, and that's all I said. No, it says unapologetically aging on my terms on my hoodie and stuff. And so he just went and found me. By the time the boat was over, he had told people about my channel, and people were coming up to me and telling me they were
Wow.
watching my videos.
That's
And I'm like, first of
amazing.
all, how are you able to watch my video? I wasn't able to watch any videos on that boat. It just kept spinning.
That's amazing.
But
Wow.
but but I on the boat, I got 4 new subscribers.
That's amazing. And you don't know
Wow.
how much these 4 subscribers, and they subscribe because the story of what you talking
Mhm,
about
mhm.
touch them, you know. And you, oh wow, exactly. You wearing, how do you say that, Vicky? You wearing
I was wearing
your,
my merch.
yeah, but you say something else. Like wearing your merch reminds you of, unapologetically,
Mhm. Aging on my terms.
remind you all the time that that's what you're doing. That's what we're
Mhm,
doing, right?
Yeah.
mhm,
So we need to be, yes, intentional about the way we're aging.
mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so it's funny how you brought that up. It was like, oh, I was going to tell
Yeah.
you that. I was going to tell you that, but I'll tell you
That's
again.
amazing. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
um, okay, so I love it when we get these. Like I said,
Me
a
too.
lot of times we go a little bit off topic, but it's still on topic, if you know what I mean. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's too bad. So I really love how these force us to think outside the box too. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
and so now I'm going to flip this to the audience who's watching us as well. And as you've listened to us talk, you know, what's one thing that this conversation is making you think differently about when it comes to caring for yourself while you're supporting others? And ladies, if there's anything else you want to add to that, you can add to. If not, I'll just pose that to the folks watching.
We always think that it's not them or us, right? You don't have to, I don't know, it shouldn't cost you who
Hmm.
you are to help others.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
This is 2026. No more shrinking.
Yeah.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. I
Yep.
agree.
Yeah. So if you feel comfortable watching this, drop your answers in the comments. We read everything, and we'd love to hear how this conversation has helped you think differently about it. So now, ladies, my favorite part of all of my hosting sections, rapid fire.
Ah, okay.
All right.
So,
Let's get ready. Let's
so
get
for those of
ready.
you watching, rapid fire is where I'm going to ask 5 questions, and it's supposed to be responding with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no overthinking. It's supposed to be kind of fun too. We always overtalk in this section. It's just us. That's our nature. So feel free to answer along with us, and if you're comfortable, put your answers in the comments. So the first one thing I used to say yes to that now I say no.
Justifying myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like explaining, going in long explanation. Okay, so quick fire, right? So
Well, we never quick fire.
I was going to go on a long, yeah, stop explaining myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Hmm.
That's it. I don't have to tell you why. See
Yes.
what I mean? Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind is it's easy for me to tell people no now. Like it's so easy. Like I'm not scared of making people feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like me or you. It's just what makes me. If I don't agree with it, it's no. I don't know if that answered the question, but
No,
it's
no,
rapid fire.
it totally did. And mine is along the same lines. It's I no longer feel like I have to say yes. If in
Yeah.
my heart of hearts, if I feel like no, I don't want to go, no,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do, no, I don't want to say, I'm gonna say it now. I'm not
Yeah,
going to please anymore.
exactly.
Number 2, one way I showed myself kindness recently. One way I showed myself kindness recently. I can't talk. I probably should have actually had wine in this instead of sparkling water.
One way I show myself kindness recently.
I know. I'm dating myself every month on my channel. I take
Mm-hmm.
myself on a date and I'm excited because it's the beginning of the month and I'm going to have my date. I'm sorry, I'm going so excited. It's
Yes.
an amazing. I started it just like, okay, oh, let me just do that like a, yeah, little series that I'll do on the channel. Guys, it's amazing. It makes me feel alive when I'm out there. I'm so enjoying
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing. I'm so looking forward to the dates that I'm going to have. What am I going to wear? What am I going to do? It's crazy. Date yourself, guys. So cool.
Jazz, you
Yeah.
know what's gonna make you feel good?
Uh-uh.
Because you did the date yourself. The other day I was feeling very, Luan was working a lot and I was feeling very low at home because you know the UK has that feel that if you're home too much, you'll feel
Yeah.
extremely low. I was feeling so depressed one day. And I just said, Jazz dates herself. I need to get out. And I literally, Luan was like, where are you going? I got up, I got dressed, I went to my favorite spot, and I had a fantastic time.
I
I
love
was
that.
like, oh my God, it was so good. But it was in,
Yes.
you know, it's like being home and being in that space. Like before, that would have never came to my mind. But I think because I watch you being on your own date, it like, yeah,
Oh,
that
thank you
that that
so
day
much.
was so good. That was I said to him, I need to do this more often.
Thank
I
you.
need to, yeah. So thank you.
Oh, oh my God. Yes.
I find
Yeah.
myself clapping a lot in this
Yeah. Oh my
one.
God. That's so nice. Thank you.
For me, I've learned, or I shouldn't say this, I've started talking up to myself. It's
Oh.
no longer, how could you do that? What's wrong with you? You're so stupid. I'm not
Mm,
doing that anymore. I
that's
am
amazing.
really working on
Yes,
just if I
exactly.
feel something negative, I like slap it out of my mouth and put something positive in there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
I-
amazing. That's ground.
it is. And what
Because,
what you
yeah,
could probably do to Vicky, something that I used to do when I first started, doing like the self-talk instead of down, the up.
Mhm.
Every time I watch a YouTube video that I do, like before I post it and I rewatch it, I'm like, girl, you're the shit.
yeah,
Yes, like
yeah,
literally. And because obviously, like the knowledge that you have with obviously like with your topic and what you're
Mhm.
sharing and and stuff like that. It's like looking at yourself in the eye, because obviously we look at the camera when we're singly recording. Imagine looking at yourself in the eye and just boosting yourself every time. I do it all the time. And
that people, definitely something I will add.
Yeah, it's like do that is like the vainest thing ever. What people will call vain, but I call it true self-love. Because the more you do it, the more you do it, the more you stop. Because I used to be that person. And I could do the slightest time, be like, oh, you're so stupid.
Yeah, me too.
I don't do that anymore because I start to say, you're amazing. Maybe I need to do a video about self-love and
you should 100%.
Coming from being put down so much, it's like, you have to do extra now. Don't think of it. You can't be minimal. Literally. Any little thing to celebrate it. Oh, I did my hair. Oh my God. Wow.
So number 3, one myth about caring for others I've let go of.
That I need to sacrifice myself for anybody else.
I second that. Yeah. I second that. I have nothing to say. Exactly.
Yeah. No more shrinking.
No. Yeah. No.
Number 4, one thing that energizes me daily.
Slimmy trimmies.
I would say meditation. Meditation.
And I'm gonna double that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be bad and say I need to do it daily.
yes. The meditation
when I
is
do,
amazing.
So energized.
It's so good. It is. Yeah. I need to do it daily too. When I go back, I promise myself I need to get back on doing meditation daily, exercising daily. I exercise that right now like 3 times a week, but at least daily. Get really, really serious. Because like in 3 months, I need to be like 120 pounds because by the end of the year, I'll be 130 pounds because I will be pregnant.
Yeah.
Manifesting it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. She's manifested it. We will all come back and we're going to have the pregnant women's table. Well, no, only one.
Okay, thank you. You scared me there. Me too. What do you mean? You scared me. She's going to be pregnant and we're going to support her.
We'll have the 3 women and a baby table.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so the last one. One word that describes how I feel when I honor myself.
Happy.
One word that describes how I feel when I honor myself. Yeah, I like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you that have followed along on the not so rapid fire.
I know, not so rapid fire. You need to call it like that.
Hopefully this is a reminder that small choices have such a big impact and to remember that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. So before we close out the table, just want to remind you all that supporting others is wonderful, but it shouldn't come at the expense of yourself. You deserve attention, boundaries, and space to thrive. And if this conversation helped you think differently about supporting others and what it means to put yourself first, please share this with others who might need to hear this message. So don't forget to check out the links to all of our channels for more insights on living boldly, aging wisely, and manifesting intentionally. Links to all of our channels will be in the description, as well as discount codes to all of our merch. Again, thank you for joining the table, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.